married one. Non-retired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see Cody's here. Yeah. He's really important.
There's a absolute girls inside.
Behind the lady in pink. Right, thank
Torpoint is very proud to be hosting the Gorsedh of the Bards of Cornwall, and this proclamation will give locals and visitors to Torpoint an exciting preview of your visit in September. Being the gateway to Cornwall, Torpoint is a very appropriate venue to hold such a historical occasion, which will be attended by bards from all around the world when we will be hosting the main event on Saturday 6th of September, which will be held at Thanks Park. Thank you very much. Welcome.
I'm very happy to be here today in Torpoint for our Gorsedh Proclamation. As Grand Bard, I welcome to our proclamation the Mayor, Councillor Mike Pern, the first townsperson in Torpoint, and all the other councillors and guests. We are very honoured to be here today, and thank you all for allowing us to gather here in Rendell Park. You are working very hard to support our needs this year. Thank you very much for welcoming us so warmly. In the time of the Doomsday Book, there were only a few cottages down here by the shore. Torpoint is less than 300 years old. In 1690, William III decided to build a dockyard on the other side at Mount Wise because England needed ships. They were to engage in wars all over the world, but especially with France, Spain, and the American Wars of Independence. One of the first mentions of Torpoint is an old print of the Hamos dated 1734. It shows two men leaning against a millstone, which has the words Tar Point carved on it. The expansion of the dockyard across the water in Devonport was responsible for the growth of Torpoint. Many tradesmen had to be brought to Devonport, or Dock as it was known, both for building ships and the construction of the dockyard. These men came from far and wide, but considerable numbers came from mid and west Cornwall. The problem was to house them. Plymouth was very remote from the dockyard, because of the extremely poor roads. Nothing new there then. Between Plymouth and Dock, they had to travel over marshy ground and have a boat crossing. This would have been done twice a day, so the workers looked around for alternative accommodation possibilities, and Torpoint was the answer. Torpoint began to take shape in the 1750s. Business and trade sprang up in the area, among them lime kilns, rope walks, quays, quarries, shops, spinning houses and stables, as well as the houses for naval officers and personnel. Obviously there was some scheme to cross the river. Ferries must have been in operation, and indeed old prints show craft crossing back and forth to Dock with passengers and horses. However, an official ferry was necessary so that the workers, sailors, traders, farmers and ordinary people could cross to Plymouth. The official ferry service started on the 4th of July 1791 with horse boats and foot boats. They were rowed or sailed across the river at 30-minute intervals, weather permitting. The first steam ferry running on chains came in 1834. It was designed by an Englishman called James Meadows Arundel. This part nearest to the ferries is named after him, and a very appropriate place for our proclamation. Today the river is crossed here by 3 chain ferries which carry cars, buses, trucks and pedestrians across the 500-yard wide tidal estuary. They are the world's largest chain ferries, another first for Kernow. We stand here today looking out over this mighty river, the Tamar, the territorial boundary between Cornwall, Kernow and England. This boundary was the first recorded in 936 AD, when King Howell of Cornwall and King Athelstan of Wessex agreed the east bank as the border between Cornwall and England in perpetuity. This river has seen much action in times past and been the lifeblood to people who have lived beside it. It has been a means of transport since man arrived and witnessed preparations for war in defence of our land. It has seen Viking ships sail up to the Danescombe Valley at Calstock when the Cornish allied with the Vikings against the Saxons at the Battle of Hingston Down. What a sight that must have been to the watching people, and how frightening to look up and see Viking warships in the river. It has seen Spanish raids in nearby Gorsedh when the village was burnt. In the last century, it saw the massive building of ships across the water for 2 world wars and the consequent bombing of the dockyard. Now the river is busy, but in peaceful times. But in Kernow, we are still fighting, now for the recognition of our nation. We need our difference and our distinctiveness to be recognised by all. We hope that this will be as soon as possible. Kernow bis Vichen. To mark our presence here this year in Torpoint, Gorsedh Kernow wishes to give the town this gift, an original poem in Cornish describing your town. And yes, I have it in English as well. I hope you will display it for all to see and enjoy, and it will be a reminder to the townspeople of Torpoint that Gorsedh Kernow came here this year.
Kernow and Huldrevel, Clew, Gallo and Orseth. Kernow and Barthickle, Clew, Gallo and Orseth. Kernow and Hullzevis, Clew, Gallo and Orseth. Kerno and Barth Cliff, Clew, Gallo and Orsett.
Gorsedh bears Kerno, and Gwir Urban and Bees, Kerno, Craze, Hakarenza.
Row a view the weef. Row a view the weef. Hagging gweef nerf. Hagging gweef nerf. Hagging nerf skins. Hagging nerf skins. Hagging skins godfuls. Hagging skins godfuls. Hagging godfuls, godfuls and own. Hagging godfuls, godfuls and own. Hagging godfuls and own, igara. Hagging godfuls and own, igara. Haggagara, cara putboonans.
Haggagara, cara putboonans.
Hagging putboonans, cara do.
Hagging putboonans, cara do.
Do have hook old daughter.
Inwe thostui wovineth, is craze.
Praise!
Jeweth orthu wovineth, is craze.
Praise!
Tergweth orthu wovineth, is craze.
Praise!
A warspors craze, dunni a thoin rack. A the rack and how, lagus and jace, and also o igeris.
Me a thag Belegio Gwenton, Broho do the D's and B's, Belegio take us on Lowen, in the door arta Bos Gwellis, Degamaru rag henna, a vel offering a discum ma, a bath and oles kerno.
In all with Corinza Jew, hanging with a loon lilda, Bluju Gwenton, take a food. In loen nias kemmer, gon gras these a lodas. Ha, the we're all then merkis, a Barth and Orse Kerno. Intrathon Ray Bo Great Craze Erna Diffin Arta War Barth.
Thank you.